Well, Taylor Swift brought out an album from 10 years ago that's made the world go mad, so Gold Coast got in on that and repeated what they did 3 years ago and the world's gone mad. They let a former Crow go for free and an almighty list management balls up, and I'm here to talk about it. First of all, I'm Daz, I talk footy, hence the title of the channel, and I would really appreciate you guys subscribing. I'm trying to get to 250 by the end of the year, and I would also appreciate a like on this video. It helps more people see it, get onto more homepages, and potentially more subscribers, and we can build that community as quick as we can. So if you do like the video, please like the video. So, a very brief and quick summary of what happened. Gold Coast delisted Rory Thompson, Hugh Greenwood and Jez McLennan and promised to re-rookie them through the rookie draft. Now, doing this while the delisted free agency window was still open wasn't that risky a move because no one had really come across and poached delisted promised players before. Gold Coast's Wayne Campbell came out and said that North Melbourne had exploited them by taking Greenwood, and I'll touch on why he's wrong in a sec. But when you delist a player, they become a delisted free agent no matter what, and every other club can pick them up for free if they so choose. North Melbourne offered him a 2-year deal, and he has accepted it, and Hugh Greenwood will be a North Melbourne player next year. That is the very brief summary of what has happened so far. So Wayne Campbell's upset because this is the first of its kind. He thinks that North Melbourne have exploited them. Their North Melbourne coach David Noble has said not only is it not an exploitation or a loophole, it's in the rules. And he is absolutely right. It is in the rules. North Melbourne had every right to go after Greenwood and offer him a contract, and it was on Greenwood then to say yes. If I was Wayne Campbell in Gold Coast, I'd worry why he thinks North are a better option. North finished on the bottom of the ladder and have got midfield depth, and Greenwood thinks it was a better choice for his career. That's on you, Gold Coast. Look in your own backyard before you start whinging to others. Why would you delist the guy ranked second by champion data on your list? Now, Hugh Greenwood's not the second best player at Gold Coast in my opinion, but these rankings do mean something. Insert everyone that says Mason Cox was elite last year to invalidate 20 years of data. However, Gold Coast have balls this up because they've effectively told these guys, you are going to say no to everyone else, you're going to do this for a list management purpose, you'll be back on the list and it's fine. And Hugh Greenwood tweeted as such 4 days before he was before he signed with North. Now, North came to him and said, we're going to offer you 2 years, you're going to be in the spot, I don't see why Hugh would be playing VFL next year, we want you in the spot, here's 2 years, what's the best choice for you and your family? And Hugh went, well, we think it's North. And good luck to him, but Gold Coast, seriously, this is on you. You have made a mistake here. If Hugh was that important to you, you wouldn't have done this. You wouldn't do it with Ben King, you wouldn't do it with Took Miller, you wouldn't do it with Matt Rao, you wouldn't do it with Noah Anderson, you wouldn't do it with Sam Collins, but you did it to Hugh. You gave the league a gun, and you want to complain because you got shot. If you do not delist him, North do not sign him. That's where you need to look. Not an exploitation, not a loophole, your own backyard, your own mistake. The other thing that's interesting about this for mine is Greenwood's fit at North, and no one's really talking about this because the midfield, as well as ruckman, are the only two areas on the ground that North don't really need. Now, their ruckman situation is fine with Goldstein, Tristan Xerri, who ended up staying. They got Callum Coleman-Jones from Richmond, who can play forward and ruck, and they drafted Jackson Edwards in the mid-season draft last year, so they are fine in that department. But Greenwood is going to be joining a midfield group that contains Ben Cunnington, Jai Simpkin, Jed Anderson, Tom Powell, Luke Davies-Uniacke, Taron Thomas, Aidan Bonner, who am I missing? Charlie Lazaro, Jaden Stevenson wants more midfield time. I feel like I'm missing someone super obvious in that group, so please feel free to roast me in the comments. Or Will Phillips, who you drafted at pick 3 or pick 2 only a year or so ago. So there's plenty of midfield depth there. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's played half forward before. He has, and he did it a little bit at Gold Coast with very mixed results. And if he can become a half forward flanker at North, then I'll be wrong here, and that's fine. But Greenwood's best spot is an extractor at the bottom of the contest. That's what he did so well at Gold Coast, and it's why his respect in the league went so far up, and it was still pretty high at Adelaide. It's not like he was a scrub. But what's going to happen at North is they're going to have to reshuffle how they work the centre square. Their half-forward flanks and their wings are going to become a revolving door almost. Now, is that a good or a bad thing? Only time will tell. But you've got so many guys that I believe can run through that midfield. Greenwood's inclusion is an interesting one. But what it does do is it means that pick 20 that North have got in the draft will not be used on a midfielder. It will be a tall defender or a tall forward. It will either be Jacob Van Ruin or Jack Williams or Rhett Bazzo. And all three of those guys would be fantastic. But if North take a midfielder, I might actually snap, which might be interesting to see on YouTube, but not something that I really want to do. Might not be best for my mental health. So that's it. A short, sharp, succinct summary of what's happened and what made Hugh Greenwood join North Melbourne. What do you guys think of the decision to first delist Hugh? For him to tweet that everything was supposedly fine and then sign with North? Personally, I don't have a problem with that, but what do you guys think? And what do you think about the fit at Arden Street next year? Do you think he plays midfield only? Do you think he goes back to a midfield half-forward role? Let me know. Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. More draft stuff is coming soon, I promise. Goodbye.